What's up, everybody? Hey, my name's Bill, aka Billy Goat, and you've probably been wondering, where's Bill been for the last year? Yep, it's been over a year since I posted a video, and a lot has happened since then, so let's get into it. All right, tell you the truth, I don't even know where to start with everything. It's just like you said, it's been a long time. I've been wanting to make a video, seeing what's going on, what's happening. The positive is yes, we're still in lawn care. Where our business is actually better now than it was this time last year, and it's continuing to even get better. So, I want to break it all down for you. But the big thing from last year to this year is that we moved. We moved last December. We put our house up in 2024, at the end of the year, 2024, and we wanted to get we wanted a house with a garage shop type thing. We outgrew our house, and we decided, hey, let's just put it on the market. It was a good time. It was before things really started to make a downfall over here over the last year, but we were able to sell the house. But meanwhile, we ended up moving in with our stepdaughter, or my stepdaughter, my wife's daughter, and we lived with her for several months while we looked for this place here. And it's been a roller coaster. We had to sacrifice a lot of or half of the equipment that I had, as far as the mowers and such, and gave some mowers away. I sold some mowers and some other equipment, but hey, we had to do it. Working out of storage units for several months, so it's been crazy, and there's a lot to talk about with everything, and I just want to just let everybody know that we're doing good. We're actually doing like you say, really really good compared to last year, and that's a good thing. We wanted to take a step back and hopefully take 2 steps forward, and it's been eventful. So I'm in the shop today. The new shop is a 20 by 16 garage. It's a detached garage, which I really like. In here working on the brush mower that I've converted to a snow plow. I'll get into that a little later, but we're preparing. They're talking a lot of snow coming this weekend, and I wanted to make sure that I had something to clear the snow out, because our driveway, we have a wraparound driveway now, and it's 400 feet long. So, and I'm not big on snow blowing. I like the plow, and I'm hoping that this thing here will take care of that. But we'll see. We'll see how it works. I'll get into more on that in a little bit. But I wanted to let you know about the equipment that we kept, and what we've been using over the last, this past summer. And we haven't bought any new. Actually, we did buy one piece of new equipment, but I'll get into that. But we did keep the equipment behind me, and I'll switch the camera here, and I'll show you what we got. All right, this is our primary setup that we've been using really for the last 2 years, 2024 and 2025. As you know, Michelle, she mows a lot with me during the summertime. She's considered part-time, but sometimes she does do some full days with me. But when we do, when we're out there, she does like her Hustler Surfer Pro 34. It's a 34-inch deck. She's really great on that. The properties that, we don't have a lot of properties that we use this on, but she really enjoys this mower. And the other two we're big on the Time Masters. if you've been watching our channel as well, we use these Time Masters, heavily. These are year 21 models. We bought them, I think the same year. One in the early spring and one later in the summer. These things they do require a lot of maintenance, but they do make us a lot of money. And these things here, I think this one here, I mean, you might not be able to see it, but that one has 900 hours on that mower, and I believe this one back here, you might not be able to see it's a little dark, but that one has nearly 800 hours of run time on that. So you can do the math on, depending on the size of your yards. If you had this normal residential small properties, that's a lot of income that you can make from these things. And we actually like the residential Time Master. Now we've tossed up of getting a Turf Master or something equivalent. We did have the Ferris, FW15 for a little while, but we've always come back to the Time Master. But these things are going to coming once we finish March. Once we finish the spring cleanups, I'm going to take these out of service. So they're just even though they look like they're in good conditions, but these things they're just worn out. And I'll get into the worn parts of these things. I'm just tired of doing all the maintenance on these things. So this is where I did buy one Time Master last year, brand new. This one, oil is not even in it yet. Used it. We were going to use it, but I ended up not using it. It's the newer Time Master that has the newer style handle on it. And I'll do a comparison between the older Time Master and the newer Time Master. This one's actually a key start too, which we wanted. I think we're not going to go back to pull start, but going forward, there's a actual Echo, the Echo 30. I'm not sure the actual model, but it's pretty similar to the Time Master, and I was going to do a comparison video on that as well between those two. So there's a lot of videos that I got that I want to come out with this winter, and I'll talk about all those differences and things. As far as the Hustler has, I really don't know how many hours it has, because it's shown here that it has almost 1,800 hours. And what happened was, when it was in storage, when we were moving, a lot of this equipment was in storage, and what happened was things were getting piled on top of this mower, and I guess the key turned on and the meter was still running. And what happened was it actually drained the battery to the point where it wouldn't start. I was going to bring it in because it was at the 2-year mark. Because on this one, the warranty's 2 years, 300 hours. And I think the last video I did on this, it was 200 hours. So it was a little over 200. I was going to bring it in for some warranty issues, but it didn't happen, because if they would have saw 1,800 hours on there, or nearly 1,800 hours, but you can look at this thing and it doesn't have 1,800 hours. But I didn't feel like trying to explain that to them, and two, it's piled into the storage unit, and it was just, I just said, I'll just have to suck it up. But one of the couple of the things that I wanted to have looked at was the gas gauge. It actually doesn't read correctly. When you fill it up, it's only showing half filled, and I think that's because of the float sensor that they put in there was actually the wrong one. And the other big thing was the the axle and the wheel, they wobble, and because I think the wheel itself, I guess it gets worn out, and like I said, I'll get into more of that when I get back into this mower. The things I actually wanted to go over, with the problems I had with this. This is just the first of a series of Babble videos that I like to be posting. Like I said, I'll get into the comparison videos as well. But as far as me babbling, a lot of it is, I just want to kind of like fill in the blanks. It's, as far as why we're, going in the direction that we're going. We're not getting any, Michelle and I, we're not getting any, younger. So we need to downsize, per se, not. Work smarter, not harder. Be more efficient. Those kind of things, because going forward, we'd like to be more profitable, and in doing so, we've acquired commercial accounts. Now, commercial accounts, they're a lot more. Not saying stressful, but there's a lot more responsibility when you're dealing with commercial accounts because of contracts and budgets and all this other stuff that these businesses require, but they are more profitable. At least for us, they are, and we might pursue it a little bit more. I don't know. It's just something I want to talk about, but you don't want to put too many eggs in one basket and go all commercial. We do like the residential because to me they're more secured accounts. If you get a good customer, they'll last forever. But when you get in the commercial, they can cut through you really quick. And that's one thing you got to be really careful of when you're dealing with commercial accounts. And I like to get into that because we, for years, for at least for the last, I shouldn't say the last 3 years, but since 2021, I guess, we kind of averaged around 65 accounts, mowing, residential accounts. Two of them, I think, are commercial, but we were treating them as residential. Now, over the last year, we've acquired 8 small commercial accounts, and those commercial accounts are like equivalent. They're like four times the amount of income compared to a residential account. And they, like you said, they are profitable, but you got to be really careful, and that's something that I'd like to talk about, going forward, like the pros and cons of those kind of things. But this business in general, prior to, now, I've had the comments and questions, talking about, how we do our scheduling and all the things that I do, in the office, Michelle and I do, and, I like to go over that as well. So, if there's any questions, how you do things, I'll be putting the videos out, but you can also, leave comments, or even, in the email, if you have something specific, and I can, show you how we're, why we do it and how we do it. So, I appreciate you watching, and I'm glad, some of you have been, asking, about us, and I appreciate it. And I hope to be putting more videos out in the near future. So, see you.